When I first looked into the global talent visa as a music creative, I honestly wasn't sure I qualified. And I think a lot of creatives feel exactly the same way. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tarrah. I'm a singer-songwriter based in the UK. And everything I'm going to share here is based on my personal experience. I'm not an immigration advisor, and this is not legal advice. For your specific situations, please also always check gov.uk or speak with a registered immigration expert. With that said, let's get right into it. Today, I'm going to walk you through the Global Talent Visa application process, just the general information. I'm just sharing my journey on how I applied, got my endorsement, and got my visa. When I started going through this, there was barely any content out there. So I'm just trying to share my personal experience to help anybody out there who, looks at it and gets discouraged just because they don't know where to start or how to go through with the process. I'm going to share what it looks like, how long it takes, what the cost is, and what I wish someone told me earlier. So what is the Global Talent Visa? It's a UK route for people who are recognized leaders or potential leaders in their field, in the field of music. That's for music creatives like us. That falls under the Arts and Council category. What makes the difference with this visa is that you don't need a job offer, you don't need a sponsorship, you can be self-employed, you can freelance, you can run your own projects, and you still qualify. Now, you don't need to be one of those famous names, big popular musicians or artists. You just need to have evidence, that you've been doing your work, you've been making impact in this field, and you have to know just the right way to present your documentation. I know that the list of documents can feel like a Hercules task. When you first look at it, it looks like it's just too much to handle, but I promise you, when you start going through your work, you find that you're more qualified than you think. When I sat down and looked over everything that I've done over the years, honestly, that's when I realized that I actually had more evidence or documentation than I actually needed. So you can do it too. Just look through. I sat through the documents and I had to decide which ones to submit. Now, please, I'd like to encourage you, please don't count yourself out before you start the process. Don't give up before you even start. Just be determined and you'll pull through. Now, there are two categories: exceptional talent for people who are already established with a strong, proven track record over the years. And then there's exceptional promise. This is for people earlier in their career. For exceptional talent, you have to have had 5 years of experience, and then for promise, it could just be anywhere between 6 months to a year and on. Now, here's my honest experience with this. I actually applied for exceptional talent, and the Arts Council England gave me exceptional promise endorsement. So, I believe you should just aim higher. What's the worst that can happen? They give you the exceptional promise. Still good, very good, still the same, you still have the same working rights. Both categories give you the same working rights in the UK. The main difference is just the timeline to permanent residency. For exceptional talent, your timeline could be about three years, yes, before you get the indefinite leave to remain. But for exceptional talent, you have to have spent 5 years in the UK. Okay, so I'll come to all that in a moment. But now let me tell you what the journey actually looked like for me. When I couldn't find any content on YouTube, I just had to spend a lot of time going through the gov.uk website and the Arts Council website. I had to figure it all by myself. Most of the content I found was for academia. Even if it was for arts, it was poetry and all of that. So I rarely found, and then I saw some for DJs, I think, yes. So I'll encourage you to go to gov.uk website and Arts England websites to get a lot of information line by line, detail upon detail. So a lot of people, they choose to hire immigration lawyers, and it can cost anywhere between 4,000 to 7,000 pounds, for the full process. But I decided I wanted to do it by myself, and I won't lie, it was a lot of work, a whole lot of work. Just face it head on. Get your documents together. Give yourself a timeline, even though you may not meet up with that timeline, but just give yourself a timeline, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in that time frame. So you just need to know how to present your work, know what to highlight, check what they actually want to see, what the endorsing body wants to see. The strength of your application is not just about what you've done, it's about how clearly and convincingly you're able to present your documents. So let me give you an honest picture of my timeline. So I submitted my documents, and 4 days later I received an acknowledgement email from the Home Office confirming they had received my documents. So when you submit your documents, don't panic at all. If you haven't heard anything, in a few days they will respond. 21 days after I submitted my documentation, I got my endorsement and was given a 3-month window for the stage 2 visa application, which was to apply for my visa itself. And mine was a 5-year visa, since it was exceptional promise. Now, from start to finish for me, the whole process took about 2 months. Do not beat yourself. Some people take about 4 months to get their documents together. So if it's taking longer for you, please be patient with yourself. The most important thing is that you do it right. That's what's important. So prepare your documents, ensure that it follows the guidelines, exactly what the endorsing body wants to see. Be patient with yourself. Look through it over and over again. If you need a second eye, ensure you get somebody else to look through it, because it can be overwhelming sometimes if you do it yourself. So ensure you have somebody else look through it for you. Check for errors. Check that you followed the guidelines before you submit. Don't be in a hurry. Don't beat yourself up, especially with the fact that you need to get the recommendation letters. You cannot stress the people that are willing to help you with the recommendation letters. Don't put them under undue pressure, but just let them know how badly you need it. If I could go back and tell myself a few things before I started, here's what I say. First, you probably have more evidence than you think. The biggest mistake music creators make is underestimating what counts. Your performances, your collaborations, press, it all tells your story, so everything counts. Your cover letter has to be able to clearly and well structurally give a narrative of your journey. So just ensure that you tell your story and connect the dots as to what exactly they want to see in your documents. Choose your recommendation letter writers carefully. Make sure they are people of notable credibility, and the letters have to be specific, not just a generalized not just generalized information saying maybe this person is talented. They have to be able to speak to your journey and tell them what your relationship is and what you bring to the table, what you're going to bring to England, what impact you're going to make. Well, I would have gone straight for the global talent visa if I had had a lot of information earlier. I went for postgraduate. So this is why I'm passionate about sharing my journey with you and letting you know that if I can do it, you can do it too. So is this visa for you? Yes. If yes, you're well on your way to a beautiful journey. So stick with me. I'm going to bring in more information on the step-by-step process on how to apply for this visa. I don't want to rush the information. I need it to be bite-sized so you're able to get clarity, and it'll be easier for you to put in your application once you've finished watching my content. So please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're first to see when new content comes out. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. I'll be sharing more videos on this. Please drop your questions in the comment sections. If there are any videos you'd like me to create, or any content you want me to create, dealing with specific questions or trying to give you clarity on something you're not sure about, feel free to do that in the comment section below, and I'll produce content, in that regard. With that said, thank you for watching me. Thank you for being here. And I hope you enjoy all the content I'm bringing you on this visa route. Bye.